Hello gang, welcome back to a brand new episode of Horizon Zero Dawn. Link to the previous episode is at the top right hand of your screen, where we finished off with the Nora missions. I think forgive me if I'm wrong or don't remember what happened. It's been like 2 weeks since I did the previous voiceover. I'm not even kidding. But in this episode we shall finally be heading towards Meridian, and it promises to be full of playable content. If you're new here, welcome, glad to have you here. And if you're a returning viewer,
Captain
bless your heart. Thank you for coming to enjoy this time with
about
me.
Another Nora woman who might
Anyway,
have come through here.
let's listen to
And
what
second, about the trail to Meridian. What can
let's
I
listen
expect on the way?
to Aloy
Well, there's
trying
definitely
to
another Nora.
interrogate.
No way I'd forget
So
that.
let's see.
She caused an incident. As for what to expect on the trail, nothing good. More machines all the time, and our scouts report corruption that way as well. So much for sealing things off. Keep to the roads, they're safe enough. Though after what you did at the gate, I'll wager you don't scare easy. It's a good quality. I could put it to use, if you don't mind a quick jaunt back east. I know it's bold of me to ask a favor after you just did one, but I can offer you answers in return. If there's anything you need to know about the Sundom.
What do you need, Captain?
I sent several patrols east when we got word of corrupted machines there. All of them confirmed my fears, so I sealed the gates. But it looks like we left some men behind when they were closed. Waleed, tell her what happened.
Machines attacked us near an abandoned Nora village, sir. Lakir told us to pull back. Then I lost sight of the others.
Never seen a Nora woman before, soldier? Have some respect. Report to her, not to me.
Lakir always stresses reporting back, so that's what I did. I felt terrible about leaving them behind.
Now that the gates are open again, I can send someone after them.
Can't you send more soldiers to find the missing men? What about Waleed here?
Most Nora still don't take well to the sight of Carja armor. Officially, it's a risk to send patrols so close to your sacred land. I'd prefer not to do that again. But heading that way won't be a problem for you.
Please say yes.
What was that, soldier?
Nothing, sir.
Is there anything more you can tell me about the road to Meridian?
Sun King Avad has devoted considerable resources to making it safe. But by the Sun's witness, it's been harder to control in peace than it was during the war. The machines grow more dangerous all the time. Add to that bandits and new reports of this corruption. We're stretched thin to protect a few outposts like this one. As for everywhere else, well, travel at your own risk.
Did an Osram named Olin come through here?
Twice. He was part of the royal delegation to the Nora. When they passed through on the way, then back. And they brought back stories of a vicious attack on your people. My condolences, of course.
Do you know where Olin is now?
Not exactly, but he was on his way to Meridian. I'm certain of that. Everyone goes to Meridian.
You said something happened with Nakoa.
The Nora girl? Yes, something happened. Attempted murder. Prefect Zaid can tell you more about it. You can find him near the main tower, up the steps.
Wait. Saeed is here?
He is. Look, I've heard what your people say about him, but he swears it's a case of mistaken identity. If there's a shadow to him, I've never been able to prove it, and the forbearance he showed towards this Nakoa woman was impressive. Oh, speak to him. Maybe he knows where she went. And try not to assault him, please.
What is this place exactly?
Day Tower marks the eastern edge of Carja territory. A trading post, a way station. One with an ugly reputation among your people. During the reign of the last Sun King, many Nora were taken captive, then gathered here for transport to Meridian, and sacrifice. But the sun set on that. I was appointed by the Sun King Avad to make sure old Carja at this outpost show respect to the Nora.
Where do things stand between your tribe and the Nora now?
Sun King Avad wants peace. So do the matriarchs, I'm told. But old wounds are slow to mend, and both tribes are proud. My task is to make sure there are no further provocations from the Sundom, especially now after, well, while your people recover from this terrible attack, I mean.
What's Meridian like?
It's a changed place, a living city. Nothing like it was during the rule of Sun King Jiran. Avad, our new king, has done all he can to make sure of that. Slavery has been abolished. There's a new alliance with the Oseram, and the Sun Ring, where so many Outlanders were killed, is now a memorial to the fallen.
It sounds as though you approve of the new Sun King.
He is the chosen of the sun, and what the Sundom needs after 10 years of war. A calming light, not a scouring one. Sun King Jiran would shed blood at any slight. For Sun King Avad, that's a last resort. Lucky for those who slight him. Some whisper in the shadows that he's weak. No. Peace is strength, as the sun shall show.
So the Carja are allied with the Oseram?
Hard to believe, but it's true. Mad Sun King Jiran raided the Oseram for years. Avad managed to get them on his side. He had help, of course. Ursur and Eren played a part. Oseram siblings, bigger than life. They gathered an army to free Meridian. I marched with them, scaled the North Cliff with my men, and secured the Temple of the Sun. Sent Jiran's kestrels and priests packing. Now Oseram are a common sight in the city. And a common sound, too. They sure bicker a lot.
I'll see what I can do about your missing men.
I would be grateful, but not as grateful as Waleed. You heard that, lunkhead? You might be off the hook.
Yes, so these conversations are normally a lot of lore dumps, so they help us get an inkling of what's happening around. But remember, I have been talking about the DLC. This is how we get to know about the DLC, so let's listen in.
Ears must be getting worn down from all those long leg blasts. But you heard right. I'm fresh back from the cut, looking for better scavenging and better shards.
I guess you didn't find them up there?
Not with the Banuk wailing about new machines and talking spirits and their purses frozen shut. What's a trade route without trade? It's just a route.
There's a trade route. I thought the Banuk kept to themselves.
We Oseram and the Banuk are neighbors, after all. What's a few mountain ranges between friends? I have some acquaintances out there still trying to dig a living out of the ice, but they say nothing seems to stick. All the superstitious nonsense and rampaging machines aren't helping.
What were these new machines and spirits?
Honestly, I don't even know. Going by the number of Banuk funerals, I'd say the kind you turn away from.
Not really my style.
Well, if you reach my grand old age, you might prefer picking up after hunters in the Sundom. It's warmer, too.
What is this place? The Cut?
When the Carja took up swords and hacked away at the edge of Banuk land, they left the Cut behind.
So a battleground from the war. Like the valley outside the Sacred Land.
Mm-hmm. Mountain Pass in the far north and east will get you there. It's open to Outlanders, hardy ones, like you. Just don't expect much of a welcome, especially not now.
New machines and talking spirits? I'm interested.
Thought as much, just looking at you. Don't say you weren't warned. There's a slip of a trail through the northeastern mountains, past what we call the Grave Horde. You won't miss it. You'll find what passes for a town on the other side. Maybe someone there can talk you out of it.
Maybe. Maybe not. Thanks for the information.
Lovely. So it's actually on the way to the Gravewood. So yeah, Into the Frozen Wilds is the new side quest, and it's basically the entire DLC for this game. But we are not gonna do it as yet because it's hard. It's a very the DLC difficulty scaling from the base game is unbelievable. So I'm gonna do it when we reach around level 45, if you're being honest. Anyway, let's see. I'm going to, one of the few things that happen in this game that I like is people in new areas actually become more friendlier and more willing to speak to you if you actually dress like them, which, you know, weird, but you can't really, what's it called, you can't really undermine such stuff, because appearances are normally important things. So we shall buy the Carja outfit as we head towards Meridian, because looking like a Carja and stuff. Anyway, we are here at Barren Light, and or at least I assume this place is Barren Light by the way. But one more thing that we need to do is we need to go speak to General Zaid, because one of the side quests where the Nora lady fled towards Meridian to get revenge on Zaid is literally right here. So that's exactly what we shall be doing. So into our side quest, as you can see, Frodon Wise says you need level 30. Trust me, we're not going there until you are at least level 45. Not even kidding. But the one thing that we can do right now is go speak with Zaid and figure out what's been happening, what happened to this lady, this young Nora woman who came through here and caused issues. So let's see.
Here's Zaid.
And you're a Nora. I can tell from your tone you've heard of me. Let me ease your mind. There seem to be wild stories about me among your tribe. But the Nora have me mistaken for someone else. I'm not sure where the fault lies, but the fog of war often breeds confusion. Unfortunately, some refuse to acknowledge the error. So it was with the last Nora who came through here.
The last Nora who came through here. You mean Nakoa?
Is that her name? Oh, well. It was a very unfortunate situation. She attacked me in broad daylight. If one of my men hadn't spotted her, I might well have been injured. But we were able to subdue her without harm.
What did you do with her?
I let her go, of course. It was clear she thought I was responsible for unspeakable things. So, in a sense, her actions were justifiable. I explained that she was wrong, then sent her on her way. Sadly, I don't think she believed me.
Where is Nakoa now?
I don't know exactly. She left raving that she would find a way to bring me down. But I did hear a report from the garrison at Lonesome Rock that a young woman had been abducted by bandits. Might have been her.
So you deny participating in the Red Raids?
No, I didn't say that. I did have a role in those operations, albeit a very limited one. But all this nonsense about torture and murder, that wasn't me. They have me confused with some other commander. I don't doubt some of my comrades did bad things, but Sun King Avad has worked hard to eliminate such brutality.
You've really gone out of your way to help, Prefect Said.
It's no trouble. The Sun King wishes to make amends with your people, and I am his humble servant.
I'll go to Lonesome Rock and get to the bottom of this. I promise you that.
You do that. And if our men are anything less than helpful, please let me know.
Okay, so we have our lead, and the next place that we should be heading towards is Lonesome Rock.
Not after what Jan told me. That garrison is my only lead.
So apparently we can't trust Zaid. I did not think that we couldn't, but then again, if they do say that we can't trust him, then I guess that's the thing. Anyway, I'm just showcasing to you guys how expansive the map is and how we have so many things to do as of yet. So as you can see, we have Lonesome Rock right there. I've shown you guys where the cat is going into the frozen wilds. We still have a lot of bandit camps to do. We still have a lot of side quests to do. We still have a lot of errands to do.
The sacred land.
Still have the main story to do.
Everything he knows. Who the killers were, how they saw me through his focus. Who the woman is. The one who looks like me. Why they want me dead. Olin's trail leads to Meridian. When I catch him, he will talk. And he will pay for all the lives he's ruined.
Anyway, Aloy loves talking to herself, and I don't mind it because as somebody who has been alone her entire life, I assume she only has herself to talk to and Rost, but we all know Rost died in like episode 3, 4-ish. If you did not know that, I'm gonna say spoiler alert, but then again, spoiler alerts are already like done, so sorry for that. But yeah, since Rost died and she's been an outcast her entire life, I'm assuming that she's always had to talk to herself, because again in, I wanna say episode 5, 4, I don't know, I really don't know, I really don't remember. But in one of those episodes that we did fight Bandit camp, I do remember one of the outcasts saying that outcasts are not even allowed to speak with each other, which, you know, it's insane. So if those are the stupid strict laws that are everywhere, you have to assume that people are really lonely, and sometimes you just have to speak to yourself to internalize some of the things that are happening, you know. Anyway, that aside, I am trying to get some weapons in. I would like to buy a lot of I'd like to buy some more weapons, but at the same time I will have to what's it called, create more storage, of course, because, you know, you just can't buy weapons with limited storage space. Now that stupidly large machine is what we call a Stormbird, and I absolutely do not like them. They are one of my least favorite types of machines. They would have been a favorite type of machine of mine if you could, you know, fly them, but unfortunately you can't, which sucks. I'm not so sure why they did not think that a person like me would be playing this game, and I've seen it's not just me, like there are a lot of people who think the same. Like, why didn't the devs think that we would see a Stormbird and not want to fly them? Just saying. Anyway, let's continue on our way towards Lonesome Rock. The goal is to try and the goal today is to try and get a lot of content pushed through, to be honest. The goal is to also make it to Meridian so that we can activate, not activate, but progress the main story quests a bit further, and at the same time activate some side quests and errands while there. So the goal for today's episode is we shall be churning out a lot of content, to be honest. Personally, I think we will be getting like an hour into this episode probably, which would allow us to churn out a lot of content in the process. Of course, I am just getting back into the swing of things with this whole video gaming thing. Like my last videos before these for Horizon videos were like the Elden Ring video, which I still can't believe to this day I've never completed Elden Ring. Even the DLC came out and not even close to starting it as well, but you know, I wanna say there's always time, but at the same time you can't be too proud and assume that you'll always have time to do things. So I kind of believe that I would want to get it done. This sculpture, by the way, is a signature sign that there is a bandit camp right here. Of course, on our map we can see that the bandit camp Senior appeared, and as well we also have a side quest in Senior, and wouldn't you know, it's our good friend Neil. So let's speak with him.
I did tell you we'd meet again.
Nil. Still hunting bandits?
Oh, yes. I've been sharpening my blade, anticipating the scent of the fight. Don't get me wrong, these scum are odorous. A little panic and desperation really sets it off, though, like an incense.
So, what's your knife called?
Why would someone name a knife?
So much for small talk.
Are you ready?
Just don't think this means I enjoy it.
Don't worry. We'll take your secret to their graves.
Alright, so we have a new bandit camp, the Gatelands, so we might as well clear this bandit camp as it's on the way towards Lonesome Rock where we are headed. So I see no issue in knocking this out while on the way. It's still content at the end of the day. So of course I will be still picking up the skill points and trying to upgrade Aloy along the way so that we can get some more 12 skill points. I might as well use them right now. So strike from above. Let's see, we can add combat override, which increases the capacity, but we actually the herbal one is nice. Precision for light spear attacks, just so that we can open up low profile, still have 4 more skill points. Heavy lift allows us to move faster with the machine guns that these guys usually have, and we can get there's so many things that I'd want to unlock down here as skills for ourselves, but let's get the combat override so that it increases the chances of the machine that we've overridden to remain an ally of ours. So those are our 12 skill points used. We shall be accumulating more along the way. So let's clear out this bandit camp and proceed on to Lonesome Rock in the process. Bandit camps, like I have said before, are a weird form of side quest. They're kind of like a side quest errand thing, but they are one of their own. They're kind of like the hunting grounds, which are also like side quests where they come with their own rewards, but the bandit camps are specifically tied to Neil. You know, this dude helping us clear out the bandit camp right now. Now I will apologize for any frame rate losses, because sometimes when my PC gets a bit overheated, the frames drop a bit, but it's an issue that I get resolved the further we go in. We might as well use this weapon as well. In Forbidden West, they do the in Forbidden West, they have done the bandit camps in a much better state, where you actually come to realize that a bandit camp a bandit camp activity such as this ends the moment you kill the leader. We took out the leader, and that's how we got the first weapon that he was using, but as you can see, the fight continues. But for the Forbidden West bandit camps, once you take out the leader, that's just about it. So I think it's better that way, because
it'll make a lot of noise.
I wanna say such bandit areas, if they lose their leaders, they might as well flee the camp, because you know, their leader is dead, so why would they stay in the camp? It's what I'm trying to say. Anyway, here we are done with this bandit camp, and that means more people can settle within the camp and let it become its own form of settlement. Of course, we are going to pick up the free sample box from the merchant. Every merchant, as I've said time and time again, has a free merchant box that you can use. So anyway, we need to talk to Neil to end this bandit camp quest, and then we can move on. Now, if for the more for the more attentive of you, might have heard that that Carja NPC talking about an old Thunderjaw myth of a Thunderjaw called Redmore. Keep that in mind, especially as we progress forward. It will become relevant a bit later on as we continue with our story. But as of now, we need to find Neil, speak with him, and then proceed on with the rest of our journey. Now that machine right there that looks like a dragon, that's what they call a Thunderjaw. You can actually override them as well, actually, which is something that it's something that actually helps you to know that you can override them and have them fight by your side, but you'd have to go to get the override codes from a cauldron, which again we will do because the goal is to get all cauldrons done as well.
They'll ring later, in the calm. It's a call to arms from your inner desires.
Or a cry for help.
I wouldn't fight it.
I can tell. So you used to be a soldier. You fought for the Carja?
For them, against them. An empire always finds its wars. You can't be picky. The new king of Vod saw things differently. Called an investigation into war crimes. Aren't all wars a crime to someone? Still, I raised my hand and volunteered.
You volunteered to investigate?
No, I volunteered my confession. No sense wasting time with an investigation. I was sent to Sunstone Rock for 2 years. The trade was fair.
What were these things you did, Nil?
Acceptable things, under the circumstances.
Acceptable to who?
I don't make decisions. Let's just say the rules of engagement suited me. But rules are important. A structure. Cage. Otherwise, you know of those places, lonely places where people once were? Now just a hole cut in the world. Chances are, I was there before.
They sent you to a rock for 2 years? Is this some kind of Carja ritual?
No, Sunstone Rock is a prison, south of Meridian, south of the Rain Gathers. Our new Sun King is a believer in rehabilitation, as am I. In the heat of a stone cell, in the dark, I learned to focus on what was truly important to me.
Have you found a new partner yet?
I thought we were partners.
I have my own roads to follow, Nil.
And they seem to lead back to bandits. That works for me. I'm not suggesting a Carja wedding. I'm never lonely where there's killing to be done.
Time to move on.
A brief encounter for us, but the end for them. They were squalid lives anyway.
Okay, so that's our mission with Neil done, and we shan't be running into him for a bit longer. But right now I am kinda tired of running around, so we shall be picking up a mount, which should help us get towards what's it called? It should help us get towards Lonesome Rock. It's right there in the screen. I don't know why it's taking me so long to read through that, but yeah, this should help us get towards Lonesome Rock.
Can breathe again.
So in this regard, we are going to do the Lonesome Rock mission, and then we can actually leave. I think we can leave it there afterwards, then we can move on. I was gonna do this as an hour-long episode, but I'm thinking trying to make these episodes like half an hour long would be much better, easier to digest and things like that. Of course, each and everywhere I go, I love picking up stuff, and I also love picking up what are they called? Fire camps. Yeah, fire camps. So let's just move forward to Lonesome Rock, and then we can end the episode right here. No, right after, and then in the next episode we can then pick up where we go and what's it called? The textures for the fire camp did not load. But from there we can go and enter Meridian proper, meet up with Erend and the likes, and
This must be Lonesome Rock. If it's a trap, then
progress the main storyline. Anyway, here we are at Lonesome Rock. Apparently it could be a trap, so we need to go quietly, but you know, that's not
seems
me,
like
so
an ordinary outpost.
let's see what goes on.
I'm so bored. I'm bored with being bored.
Hold, Outlander! What are you doing here?
Prefect Zaid told me that bandits abducted a girl near here. Do you know where they might have taken her?
Exactly.
Zaid told you that, did he? No bandits around here, girl. But I think I can help you find your friend. The boss sent us a fresh one, boys. Wrap her up and tie her down.
Interesting. So it was a trap. So this Zaid is just a treacherous swine. He's just a treacherous swine person, man.
Alright, let's see what Zaid's hiding out here.
Anyway, so I'm guessing Zaid did actually take Nakoa, which, you know, not cool, dude, not cool. But in any case, I do believe we are going to be fine. I'm not so sure what's happening to my mount outside, like it's getting killed or something. Yeah, it's getting killed by Ravagers. Interesting. Anyway, let's go. Also, we need to examine the area actually to figure out what's happening before we can proceed on forward. Just wanted to save my mount.
Chains on the cart. Not just chains. Manacles. They were moving prisoners somewhere.
Alright, so we're gonna follow the cart tracks. So here is my mount. Okay, I do not know why riding this mount is so hard, but it doesn't want to be ridden, especially since it's supposed to be my bull that I'm using for travel. But anyway, let's go see where Zaid takes their prisoners. Of course, anywhere we can pick up a campfire, we always do that because it helps with fast travel, as I'm gonna be doing much later on in the game, especially once we have enough travel packs for fast travel. That's something that I'm going to be doing all the time. But right now we simply follow these tracks, pick up the next campfire, because
Maybe Nakoa's inside.
like I've said, it's always good to pick up these safety saved slots, and at the same time it also helps with fast travel when you need it. Okay. Okay, it looks like we still have some more
Sounds like
enemies
Nakoa's
right here,
here.
so
And I'm gonna have to cut through these guards to get to her.
okay. It seems like you're gonna have to cut through the guards to destroy them, so that's exactly what you're gonna
Boss
do.
told me to hide in my shack when the buyers come. It's because you coming quick.
Why am I shooting these guys with a rope caster? I'm supposed to be shooting them with my with my rattler sword, not my trip caster. So this is the fact that we've already had a lot of experience fighting in bandit camps is gonna make this quite easy for us, to be honest. Well, of course, unless I get killed by these guys, then I'm gonna have a whole lot of egg on my face. Right, there we go. All the guards have been taken out, so we can explore the compound to figure out where Nakoa and the rest of the other prisoners are, so that we can free her.
I can't spare the weight.
It's funny that even in this post-apocalyptic world, there are still dudes who prefer to go into slavery and murder and stuff. It's the evilness of human nature will never change, to be honest. At this point, it will never change. But my philosophical and moral issues aside, we need to explore the camp and figure out where Nakoa is. I have found a key, which I guess is alright. Alright, we found a track that we can follow. It actually looks like blood. I kinda hope they're all okay, to be honest, because them being injured and stuff or worse would be quite the bad thing to happen. Leading downstairs. The hope is that they're
Prisoners,
all doing okay.
chained up to be sold as slaves.
Talk to Nakoa. She'll know what to do.
Please, help us get out of here.
Okay, fine, let me help you guys.
Jan sent me. Look, we can talk more once we get everyone out of this pit.
Jan sent you? I don't believe it. Well, I guess one of his prayers finally worked.
I've got the key.
I'll help the others. Let's go.
Not gonna lie, I was expecting a much larger conversation. But anyway, let's help the people escape the compound so that we can finally end this slave trading operation.
I knew you were going to be trouble, girl. But you'll make it worth our while in the end.
The end is now, Zaid. For you and your men.
Okay, so I believe we need to take all of them out. I can call my mount so that she can help us in the fight. I don't know why it would not want to help us. We own it. What the freak? Why would it kick us? We own you. I really need to get myself a new mount, man. Alright, so we are out of the wood needed to make the arrow shards, which sucks. But at the very least we have our own spear to use in the fight, so that should help us. Easy enough.
You gave him a quicker death than he deserved.
My father was a hunter. He taught me every animal deserves a clean kill.
How did Zaid capture you?
I tried to get him at Day Tower, but he caught me, then let me go so he could have his men grab me later.
And after?
Said he was going to sell me into slavery like the other poor bastards that came through here week to week. But he took his time and kicked me around whenever he stopped by. Guess me trying to kill him hurt his pride.
You've been through a lot.
I'm fine.
Are you sure?
Zaid's dead. I was ready to go through anything to make that happen. And I did.
How did Zaid come to run a ring of slavers?
All the scum you just killed, they butchered for Zaid during the Red Raids. The new Sun King kicked them out of the army, but Zaid managed to lie his way out of trouble, then saw a new way to make a shard, putting his grunts to work here.
What are you gonna do now?
The others were in that cellar for months. The more run down they got, the harder it was for Zaid to sell them. They need food, rest, and hope. I'll take them to Meridian and tend to them.
You're not even going to try to go back? What about Jan?
The matriarchs won't let me back. Even if they would, I wouldn't go. They can burn for all I care. As for Jan, I know a way to get word to him. I'll miss that runt, but at least he'll know I'm safe.
Time for me to go.
Look, I don't even know your story. It must be a good one if they gave you the mark of a seeker. If you ever feel like telling it, look me up in Meridian. I'll be there until the others get back up on their feet. Until then, thank you for helping me cut this rot from the world. I don't know. Maybe now I can put Zaid behind me and remember my father as I should.
Alright, so that's it for this part, and I believe it's a good place for us to stop. So in the next episode we shall pick up from here as we proceed on to the as we proceed on to Meridian. So in that regard, stay safe, be smart, be kind, tell somebody you love them today, and I will catch all of you in the next episode. Bye guys.
Me.